Live, local, late breaking. This is Newswatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 5 o'clock on September 11th. Welcome to Newswatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta. Before we turn over to Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress, we're going to turn over to our top story this morning. There's an active manhunt for the person who shot and killed conservative activist Charlie Kirk during the event at Utah Valley University. The governor of Utah calling the shooting a political assassination. Nicole D'Antonio has the latest on the investigation.
This morning, a massive manhunt for the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk. The conservative activist was taking questions from students at Utah Valley University about mass shootings in America when a single shot rang out.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
Thousands were in the crowd watching as a witness recalled the horrific scene.
I was 15 feet away and it was really hard to witness. As the guy said shooting or shooters or something like that, you just hear the gunshot and I'm sorry, you just see his neck just like open up and there's just like so much blood that just came out. It was horrible.
The Utah Department of Public Safety initially took 2 people into custody but later released them. And as of this morning, the manhunt for the suspected shooter continues. A motive for the shooting remains unclear, but Utah Republican Governor Spencer Cox called it a political assassination.
Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States.
Charlie Kirk was a conservative commentator who founded Turning Point USA and who was known for reaching out to young conservative voters. He took a stand against abortion and most forms of immigration while stoking controversy by promoting election fraud claims, challenging LGBTQ rights, and ridiculing climate science. Earlier this year, Kirk saying his views put him at risk of violence.
You are potentially putting your safety, your well-being, and God forbid, your life in jeopardy for simply being a conservative on a college campus.
In Washington, lawmakers remembering Kirk with a moment of reflection. President Trump ordered flags around the country to be flown at half-staff. That moment of silence quickly turned into a shouting match, with one GOP lawmaker requesting the prayer be said out loud, while Democrats shouted for gun safety legislation. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
And in response to the deadly shooting, Oregon Governor Tina Kotek has ordered flags to be lowered to half-staff. Now, flags at all Oregon public institutions will remain at half-staff until sunset on September 14th. Following a presidential proclamation, in her statement, she offered condolences to Kirk's family, calling the attack inexcusable and saying violence has no place in our democracy. Governor Gavin Newsom of California also responded to the attacks, saying we should all feel a deep sense of grief and outrage at the terrible violence that took place in Utah. Charlie Kirk's murder is sick and reprehensible, and our thoughts are with his family, children, and loved ones.
Now, your first forecast with meteorologist Sarah Kress.
This morning, we're tracking out some showers and even some thunder activity as we are areas east side with some lightning as we're waking up. But we'll start to see showers east side increase throughout your morning today. Expect another day of widespread showers and thunderstorms possible. Here's a look out across the region, waking up with quite a bit of clouds, and it is on the cooler side this morning. 61 for Medford and over to Grants Pass, Klamath Falls at 47, Yreka 57, and a few areas of fog if you are waking up along the coast today. Now, high temperatures are going to be cooler than normal, maybe a few degrees warmer than the past couple of days, but in general, still feeling rather nice. We are expecting more scattered showers, a bit more widespread widespread east side and along the Cascades. But if you are along the coast, you'll be on the dry side with decreasing clouds, and also temperatures will be more mild. So here's a look at your highs for today. A little bit warmer as we're into Grants Pass. We have 82 for the high today, 79 over into Medford. Over into Klamath Falls, 66 for your high today. Wairika will be at 75 and 60s along the coast. And on to the next few days, we are expecting to warm up a bit as high pressure builds in. We have 85 for your high on Friday, back up to 88 for your Saturday. Now into the weekend, we are tracking a system that'll move in, cooling temperatures down a bit, but also bringing the possibility for some more showers. So I'll have details on what you can expect over the next few days and a closer look at your weekend coming up in your next forecast.
And moving to the fire watch, containment has increased to 54% on the Blue Fire as families return to their homes and kids head back to school. Firefighters say there are still some concerns that fire activity could increase in the next week, but are taking advantage of current weather conditions. Drivers are warned that roads may be slick from rain and loose clay soils near the fire. A new incident command team will take over the Blue Fire today. And fire activity also reduced at the Dillon Fire, allowing firefighters to reach 78% containment. Crews are pushing to find additional containment opportunities and are continuing to extinguish hotspots inside the fire's perimeter. Multiple evacuation orders and warnings remain for this fire. And ODF Southwest says containment is now up to 15% for the more than 1,000-acre fire. Both air attack and ground crews are dealing with steep and rugged terrain as they continue to battle this fire. Crews are continuing to work on securing the perimeter of the fire as the weather transitions to warmer and drier conditions. And with fire crews constantly working to contain the Kelsey Peak fire, local residents are stepping up to show their gratitude to those on the front lines with a homemade meal. CCSW is a local nonprofit in Glendale that has been working out of their newly purchased building. They'll be adding in community services like trade school classes, child care, and addiction resources. But before starting on any of those projects, they have been helping feed and fuel local crews day and night with support from local agencies such as All Care. They have provided food worth thousands of dollars to firefighters.
This is a community that's being saved by firefighters that are fighting the fires that are near us right now. So we put in the call to action to help, and we had a really good response. And then we've had the schools and the teams that are coming out as well. They're doing bake sales, but serving breakfast, and if they want to leave a donation, cool. If not, they're still making sure that these firefighters are getting fed.
Even though Glendale is a small town, it has shown remarkable community spirit. Local sports teams, parents, and neighbors have all contributed to the support of firefighters. And new this morning, Oregon Senator Ron Wyden says that he is joining a legislation that would improve food access for families with student loans. Now, the bill would allow people in need of food assistance to exclude monthly student loan payments for both private and federal loans from their income, improving borrowers' eligibility and increasing their benefits. Senator Wyden says the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program already contains deductions for some expenses such as housing and child care. And today, Medford Police will be conducting a targeted pedestrian safety enforcement at the intersection of Poplar Drive and Progress Drive. Now, police say even though this area is not in a designated school speed zone, this area sees heavy foot traffic by both students and parents. This operation aims to raise awareness of pedestrian safety by enforcing right-of-way laws through the use of a decoy pedestrian. Officers will be looking for drivers who fail to stop and remain stopped for pedestrians in marked or unmarked crosswalks, as well as drivers who pass a stopped vehicle at a crosswalk. Both violations carry a fine of $265. And moving into our school watch, Bonanza Schools announced their annual theme to inspire students to make the world a better place, serve. The theme isn't just a word on a t-shirt. Every junior high school student will take a service learning class and be encouraged to keep the mindset all year. Previous annual themes include All In and Be Better and We Believe. And looking ahead to Monday, the 173rd Fighter Wing will be conducting night flying operations. Flights will be taking place between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. through Thursday night, and residents will likely hear flights taking off and landing at Kingsley Field. But much of the flying will be in the airspace east of Lakeview, and flights will last approximately an hour and a half each.